All right, I'm here in the BMW. I'm getting ready to take it over to Amelia's friend Andrew's shop, and we're gonna get the rest of the windshield done. I had him tint it, but I also want a brow, hence why I rock and roll with these down all the time, because I just can't stand that extra light. So I'm gonna go get some lunch and run by All Seasons Clothing Company to drop off these clothes that didn't fit. And then, yeah, we'll head over there and have him do up this brow. Alrighty, guys. Robbie and I are going on our first freaking radio show, so this is pretty exciting. I'm just going to record the whole thing, and we'll see how it goes. Help me down that way.
That's amazing. Amazing. So you guys, get on down there. Go check it out. Get your Dracula detailed. This is Rob Zombie.
Alright, it's icy out here again. I guess I can't even joke about this winter anymore. At this point, it's just the norm. We're not gonna get any frickin' snow. This shit sucks. We're in the sander, ready to go. Gonna go sand just 2 quick commercial properties. It is 6:07 in the morning, and yeah, I've just gotta get that kind of stuff taken care of today, I guess. So, yeah. Just drove past one of my clients here on Main Street in Wasilla. They own a row of buildings over here, and I had to text her and say, like, hey, your building, it's really icy over there. Should probably get it sanded, because it is a sheet of ice over there. I was looking at it, I'm like, oh gosh, that is disgusting. I honestly might sand for her and then just charge her for it, because it's to the point where I don't want to be held liable if somebody slips and falls on her property, you know, if that makes sense. But we're here at the Alaska Massage Clinic. That is one of our clients. And they treat us very well, and they always get their property sanded when I tell them to, so that's always good. And of course, when I'm telling people, you know, I'm gonna sand for them, they typically listen to what I say. Sorry, just looking here at the sander, making sure it's working right. They typically listen to what I say, and you know, usually I don't have them sand unless it's absolutely necessary, because I like to be totally sure, you know, just as they do. And I don't want them to spend money if they don't have to with me. I mean, the goal is to keep the cost as low as possible, but that doesn't always pan out the way people want it to, you know. I like to save people money if I can, but sometimes it just ends up being a real, you know, garbage week out here, and there's not really a whole lot we can do about it. So it is what it is. Part of sanding is, you know, just pain in the ass, and it's expensive. It's not a service that a lot of people want to pay for because it's expensive, but you know, it's your liability, right? We don't want our customers to hold us liable for their slip and falls, and they don't want to be held liable for it either. They want to say, hey, like, we got our property sanded on this day, here's the invoice, you know, check it out. So yeah, just one part of the snow business that a lot of people don't think about there is, you know, hey, we've got to make sure that, you know, we're not getting in trouble because we didn't sand our property and people are slipping and falling and whatnot. So as they say, as like Brian's lawn maintenance says, doing snow is not about doing snow. Doing snow is about maintaining risk and liability. And you really can't say it any better than that, because that's the reality of it. You know, really all you're doing is managing risk and liability. So can't get any more true than that. The clock tower location here, and same situation kind of, where it's got that patchy ice. I did let the customer know, hey, like, I recommend we sand, but if they don't want to pay for it, that's okay. I just explained to our customers, like, hey, it is a liability. You are putting yourself at risk by not doing it. I mean, realistically, sanding might cost $200 to $300 for a property like this. And all you're doing is covering your own ass. You know, all of my bigger commercial clients, they pay for sanding, and they want it done every time it snows or every time it's icy, and they kind of put it up to us. And it's not, again, like, it's not that we're trying to charge people a shit ton of money to do this kind of stuff, but we are trying to make sure that their risk is managed, that they're not going to be liable, and that they have evidence that, hey, we got our property sanded, you're not going to sue us for a slip and fall, you know. Still, a lot of slip and falls are lost, but it's really, really important that you do everything you can do to prevent a slip and fall. guess what? If it doesn't happen, nobody's gonna win because there's no court case. So, yeah, that's just my 2 cents on that whole shebang. It's 6 in the morning. Got that taken care of. Gosh, I'm gonna be honest, I'm ready for bed, but it is what it is. It is the next day, and I have to go sand some more. So, yeah, I guess it rained last night pretty good, and now it's, I don't know, the car says 37 degrees, but I don't really believe that, so. Yep, got some more sanding to do. It's 5:36 in the morning. Yeah, 6.0 power stroke, baby. This thing is such a freaking champion, and she is so ready to go this morning. I am not, because you can tell I am freaking tired. All right, just pulled back up here at the shop with Snip&Clip, and I decided I gotta sweep this shop out before I pull this truck in, because this place is absolutely gross. Look at all that garbage on the ground. I did an oil change in my truck in here in the last video, and that just really turned my shop into a real mess, and so I am not for it. It's time to just sweep the floor really quick, just make it look a little bit better than it was before. That way I can pull the old truck back in. So let's get her done. All right, shop sweeped out, sanders in. Just want to talk to you guys about sanding. Sanding in Alaska is a very, very important thing. In our state, there's no really law on it, I guess, but our state really likes to protect our moose. And when you start salting the roads, your moose end up going out there and licking the roads, and now you have moose in the middle of active roadways, which can be highways, etc. And it can create a real problem for the Department of Transportation and the state troopers, because now they're dealing with moose getting hit, right? So sand, it's not actually sand, it's gravel. This stuff, it's a chip mix. They use it on all of our roadways and driveways and all of that, so that way the moose aren't walking out in the middle of the road getting ran over by cars and stuff. And some people, I mean, there's deer in other states, but for some reason, you know, the state really likes to protect our moose. Alaska is one of the most animal-friendly states, and I know that sounds controversial because we're an oil state, but Alaska really likes to take care of its animals, and the DOT is very, very regulatory on the Department of Fish and Game is very, very regulatory on this. And they just want to make sure that the animals are protected. So yeah, we use sand up here in Alaska. Most people call these guys salters. We call them sanders up here. And so some people just kind of got confused in the last couple videos I've made about sanding on, well, why do you call it a sander? You're not spreading sand. I'm not spreading sand, but we call it sand because it's easier than saying winter chip mix. Yeah, doing this, it's more effective. With little gravel bits on the road, salt really doesn't give you any traction, right? But these guys act like studs, right? So your standard truck tire, like this, that isn't studded, see all those rocks in there? Well, that's essentially what the gravel does, is you put all, you're putting 5,000 pounds on, 50 or so little rocks in that tiny space where your tire's grabbing the road, and it gives you a ton of traction. A lot more traction than sand would, a lot more traction than, I guess, yeah, traction sand really is what we're talking about. That's what they would use, and salt is great. It melts the snow, and the ice. Salt is a good thing, but again, in Alaska, we want to protect our wildlife. Salt is fine for residential driveways, but salt also comes at, I think it's $80 a ton. Winter chip, $32 a ton. So significant cost savings. A lot of the customers that I sand are around the $80 range. I'd say that's actually pretty middle of the road for what we do for sanding jobs, is $80. And so you take a look at that, and sand is $32 a yard. All right, so let's bring the cost of goods sold up to $84 a ton. Now you're charging customers, let's see, so that's over double. So instead of charging customers, $70, you'd be charging them $140 just to spread salt. and their driveway most likely doesn't even need salt. They just need traction. They have steep driveways. They have ice. And honestly, the other part about salt is hard in the cold. In the cold of Alaska, salt does not work. Once you get below, I think it's 10 degrees outside, salt is just not as effective as sand. Salt needs a little bit of warmth in order to melt the snow, and also, how are you supposed to, you can't melt the snow if it's super duper cold out, or melt the ice if it's super duper cold outside. Where's it gonna go? It's not gonna run off anywhere because it's gonna freeze. So you might have a little bit of melting, but it's gonna drip off, and just like pouring water down your driveway, the water's gonna streak down, and now you're gonna have streaks of frozen ice going down your driveway, and it's not gonna help you out at all. So, in Alaska, we sand, which is why I put the logo Ice Patrol on my truck. I think it's hilarious. I have got a lot of great comments about Snip&Clip Ice Patrol. I think it's hilarious. But, yeah, that's my TED Talk for today. In Alaska, we use winter chip mix, AKA sand. In all of the other states, they use salt. Now, there are some commercial lots up here that do end up getting like a wet mix, which is, they call it a brine, essentially. And what that is salt mixed with water sprayed onto surfaces. That's a little bit more effective. But, again, that comes at a cost. So, you're looking at Walmart, you're looking at Cars Safeway, you're looking at Fred Meyer's Kroger. All of those places get stuff like that. But the ordinary business, like a business like mine, can't afford to call up a company and say, hey, we need our whole parking lot, brined, with a liquid brine. That is just too expensive and uneconomic for Alaska's economy. Not that Alaska's economy doesn't have money, but our cost of living is 10 times higher than all the other states, aside from Hawaii and California. But those are all factors that play into why we do things the way we do them and why they cost what they cost. Because again, a $70 driveway to sand, which gives you the same result, if not better than salt, would cost you $140, if not more, to sand it, to salt it, basically. So, yeah, just some things to think about in this business is, sanding is much more cheaper, much more effective for your customers, typically. And yeah, with this weird snow year we're having, not really necessary. Just use the cheap stuff. It works better, it's more effective, you grip the road. So, my TED Talk on salt and sand. Anyways, guys, we got the sander back in the shop, got the shop all sweeped out. I got some Facebook stuff to do, some Facebook ads, all that kind of stuff, some website building. So I'm gonna get to doing that, and yeah, I'll catch you guys here in a bit. Epoxying the floors in Robbie's shop. They're out there talking the plan, trying to get it ready. Here's the inside. Super sweet deal in here. Got it looking good. Awesome. Finally, it snowed outside. This is awesome. Although not enough for me to go plow, but I think I'm gonna make Dylan plow today. So I'm gonna call him 4 or 5 times because I know he's sleeping and I know he was up till like 6 a.m. today. Sucks. Time to get to work, boy. As you can see, we finally have a little winter wonderland out here. I'm just thanking God right now because, gosh, it's been horrible. There's been nothing to do all winter. We've been doing nothing. So I just gave Dylan a call. He's gonna be out working tonight, and I'm hoping to get out in the sander, sand a couple properties, might even throw the plow in my truck and hit our commercials just to get him out of the way. Because why not, right? Like, shit, I want to get out there and do something. So, yep, I'm heading over to Robbie's shop, gonna go do some cool shit, and then gonna plow tonight. Hell yeah. I got further and further into Palmer over here. There's like fucking a solid 2.5, 3 inches in Palmer, so Dylan is going to work today. We're gonna make some extra money, which is fine. And I'm gonna take Dylan out to fucking dinner too, because might as well, right? I think he deserves it. He's gonna be working pretty hard, so yeah. There's Robbie's truck, getting ready to hook up to the old lawn care trailer and move that over to the door at his shop. Trials and tribulations of owning a sand truck. We got a little problem here in the old sander. This bad boy is all full of dirt, so we have to clean this out. Another problem is, that rubber piece there, I'm not sure what it's supposed to look like, but I pretty much have to figure out how to fix it. So yeah, I got a little bucket here. I'm gonna turn the old sander on and see what happens. Okay, I think I figured it out. If you look in this picture here, there's those top bolts up there. See that? I think there's supposed to be a second rubber piece there. So I just texted my dealer, Nick. He's gonna hook me up, hopefully, and let me know what I'm supposed to do to fix this, if it's a warranty item, if it's something I can get repaired or whatever. So yeah, we'll see what Nick says. All right, problem solved. Looking at the website for the sander there, see number 59, it's kind of hard to see there. Those two, let me see if I can point. This guy and this guy, these two. Those are both supposed to be in there, and I am missing the top one. So that is a real problem that Nick is probably gonna just end up having to order me one, and I'll either have to pay for it or I won't. I guess it really doesn't matter, because either way, I need the part for my sander to be operating properly. But let's take a look. Oh yeah, I went through quite a bit. Let's take a look. Oh, I still have a ton though. Holy cow, look at this. Still freaking, I don't know, quarter of the way full there. I'm gonna start filling my sander like that. Oh, this is so cool. Watch this. You can literally see the rocks breaking apart from the water. The water's just melting. That's so cool. Anyways, I filled my sander really high this last time, and it seemed to work extremely well. Going down the road, it didn't feel slippery or sketchy at all. I did load closer to the front of the truck, and then also when I was coming down Bob's Hill, I slammed on the brakes 3 times to try and get all the sand to shift forward if I could. That seemed to work really well. Cool. Well, I'm glad I have the part figured out. I texted Nick. He hasn't responded. It's late. He usually doesn't respond to my text when it's late at night, because he's gotten a new kid and he's spending time with the family. I'm gonna give him a call tomorrow, see if he got my text, and then ask him if he can get that part on order or if he has one, and if I can get it installed ASAP, because that is a do or die kind of thing. We got to have that in order to sand. It's a no questions asked game there. So I'm gonna see if Nick can get that for us tomorrow, and that's it. I'm going home. I'm gonna go spend time with the old lady, and I'm gonna go to bed because I have to be up at 7. So deuces, folks. Howdy, folks. It is a completely different day. It's literally like a week later. The RC Detail grand opening happened. It was awesome. I just kind of lost track of my camera. I don't even know where it was. I left it at RC Detail a couple days in a row. It's just, I've been trying to help get all this stuff done. So yeah, this video is going to be all sorts of, well, whack, because it's going to have all the stuff from before and all the stuff now. So anyways, I found a good marketplace find, and I'm getting ready to go pick up the truck and drive down to Girdwood really quick, which is about, it's about 100 miles away, I guess. So I'm going from Palmer, Alaska to Girdwood, Alaska, and I'll see if I can get a little map in here. But yeah, I'm gonna drive down. There is a 7x14 enclosed trailer there on Facebook, and I think it would be perfect for me. So holy shit, this car's fast. Oh, that's great. Yeah, anyways, I think it's the perfect find. So we are gonna go pick that up. Me and Dylan also just interviewed our first new hire. We're really excited about that. It was super fun. Kid was really nice, and yeah, we're just gonna be excited to bring another team member to Snip&Clip Alaska. So anyways, I will catch you guys when I get to the truck. I gotta drop the other trailer and then head out, and yeah, we'll jump on the highway. Just pulled up at the shop, got my money. Yeah, gotta go unhook the GMC from the old lawn care trailer, and then we are blazing away down the highway. So yeah, time to get moving. All right, let's rock and roll. All right, folks, I'm about 10 minutes away from the trailer. I'm gonna check it out, make sure it all looks good, and then get rolling down the road, I guess. It is in Girdwood, so I'm kind of happy about that. I'm probably gonna stop into the gas station and get me a drink. I need a Red Bull or something, and yeah, freaking rock and roll back to home. It's 3:35. I was supposed to be going to a chamber event that's in 2 hours. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, so we'll find out. But anyways, we're almost there. As everybody knows, this is the best gas station in Alaska because it's the last gas station before you don't have a gas station for a while, and it is for sure the best place to take a pee at. I would say so myself. So yeah, I did my one bite Coast Pizza review there. So anyways, we are 0.7 miles away, so we're gonna get on down there and get her done. we have a trailer behind us, and we are good to go. Pretty good looking trailer. It seems to be in good shape. It needs a couple panel screws here and there, and needs a big fat logo, and other than that, I think it'd be a perfect lawn care trailer for what we need. So we are gonna make it work. I'm gonna throw some screws in it here later and call it good to go. I need to call my guy over at King and see if he can make me up a couple of vinyl logos for the trailer and see what we can do. So yeah, Snip&Clip Alaska fleet is slowly growing. I'm so happy. Oh, that's Z's trailer, but we got 1, 2, and then we got the dump trailer over there, and then we have our 20-foot enclosed at Bob's house. I'm so excited. This is freaking cool, man. I'm like, I don't know. It's one of those little things that just, you know, makes you happy. One of those just itty-bitty things. It's like, damn, it's coming together exactly how I dreamed it to, and I don't know. I just couldn't be more happy with my team and myself, and I don't know. It's all awesome. I'm so freaking happy right now. So anyways, I'm gonna unhook this trailer and then go pick up my hoodies from RC Detail. So yeah.